Okay, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope y'all are ready for this because I got some shit to say. This is Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 1, Episode 3. I'm going to pace myself here, but I got some shit to say. Okay, we start off right where we ended last time with Ray Ray running up on Tiarra Marie in the midst of the little tattoo party. He comes in there and takes all her stuff, dumps it out on the floor. Straight up bitch move, okay? Foolishness. I said this in the last week's episode. The boys on here, I don't know where they got these punk asses from. But he comes in there and he makes this whole big scene, spills all her shit all over the floor like some little bitch. And then he even had the nerve to start going there and reading. I said, really? Really, Ray Ray? You really brought your little ass up in this tattoo parlor and you're reading like you're one of the girls? About the monostat and the this, that, and the other that was in her purse and calling her a bitch and... Really, Ray Ray? Now, when Princess was doing all the reading about the monostat, okay, she was trying to get a rise out of her. But what is this business with you wanting to read Tiarra Marie about monostat? Whatever pussy issues she was having, you weren't having a problem when you were munching and crunching. You were okay with it. As long as you had access to eat it up. You were fine with it. Now you're out in the street trying to embarrass her. Ray Ray, bye, girl. Bye. That's ridiculous. It don't look good and it's ridiculous. And I was so happy that Tiarra finally got loose to do something. When I tell you, she leaned over there and mugged the fuck out of Ray Ray. That motherfucker was still sitting there trying to be cute with himself talking. That bitch gave him... fucked his ass up. Like to snapped his goddamn neck. And that's just what he get. Because he didn't have no business sitting there clowning. So they got his ass together. He's like, I ain't trying to fight no girls. I ain't fighting no girls. You ain't fighting her because you can't fucking whoop her. You can't whoop her and everybody know it. Bye, Ray Ray. Full of shit. Anyway, so they got him out of there at a salon and all that. So that kind of cut the argument between her and that motherfucking ugly ass Hazel. That goddamn Hazel. She's hard to look at. That bitch just looked like something from the wilderness. But anyway, that killed that little argument they were having. Moving past that. Next thing, these two, I'm just going to say this. I wouldn't give a fuck if I don't see Nia Riley and Soulja Boy in any more episodes. Fuck them. Fuck both of them. Both of them get on my nerves. She's an idiot. He's a jackass. Together. Foolishness. Just keeps on, keeps on. She's trying to go on. He's apologizing. She buys it. Dumb shit. Then later on in the program, it's his birthday. She comes in. She got a plan to try to take over his birthday. She asks, really, she asks too much of him. He's a fucking little boy. You know, she's asking too much. He's 24. They're having this little party. Okay. Bitch, you try to surprise them. Who the fuck tries to surprise a 24-year-old on their birthday? Bitch, he's 24. He's not 54. Oh, I was going to come over and cook dinner for you, and I even brought the baby. Get that motherfucking baby and your sister, and y'all get the fuck on out of here. We're in here smoking weed and doing what we want to do. The things that 24-year-olds do. 24-year-olds don't sit down at no table having nothing to eat for their birthday. Dumb bitch. Anyway, but then he got all rude with it and then gonna tell her, fuck that plan. That plan you had, fuck that plan. Ridiculous. Like I said, they're idiots. And I personally don't give a fuck if they don't have another scene. Boom. Anyway, moving on. The next thing we see is Omarion and April. April has basically sat Omarion and told him, listen here, clown. You need to deal with your mother. You need to talk to your mother. You need to get her ass on board and straighten her out. And let's move forward. Now, I'm trying. But really, this is, you need to get in this and man up. He says, no problem, I will do that. We'll get back to that. Moving on. We see Hazel with her ugly ass. She done got together with her girlfriend Jazz, and they're talking about Tiarra. So we want to build a storyline around the fact, oh, Tiarra's a drunk, and this, that, and the other. She can't handle her liquor. She's always ready to turn up. Has anybody ever noticed? She's not, you can't turn up if there's nothing to turn up over. You got Ray running around town acting a bitch. Hazel's acting an idiot because all she wants to do is really bring Tiarra around to her way of thinking and want her to agree that Young Berg is a good idea, and he's fucking not. He's not a fucking good idea, you stupid bitch. And she's with me, your friend, to sit there and condone it. You know, and I'm not going to say, you know, she is a pretty insensitive motherfucker. You know what I mean? With the situation. But the bitch is telling the truth. That motherfucker's not your boyfriend. You old bitch. He's not thinking about you. You're an old motherfucking pocketbook and you keep putting his dick in. That's all. Stupid ass. But anyway, moving forward, we'll get back with them too. That motherfucking Molly Mall and that Masika, we're sitting there watching them. He's telling her, basically filling her all the way up. Yes, we're a couple. Yes, we're going to, you know, we're going to do the damn thing. Boom. No problem. I looked at him. He's a funny looking motherfucker too. I don't know what nationality he is, but funny looking nonetheless. And he's shaped kind of funny. I kind of looked at him the day when they were showing him, and he kind of looked like Grimace, like a small version of Grimace. Then I seen him again because he got together with Nikki later. Nikki's fussing at him about Masika, and he tells Nikki, oh no, you know, that's all over with. She was just a jump off. I didn't even have real sex with her. It was just an oral thing. You know, that was it. Was in the bed with her. Yeah, you was in the bed with her, motherfucker. You and that bobcat that you had last week when we seen him there, that motherfucking bobcat in there. Where did they do that shit at? And, oh no, we didn't do no sex. It was just like an oral thing. Was it? Was it really? I said, wow, he's a liar and in the worst way. Really just sitting there lying, and I was looking at him, and he's really, really pale. Like he's really pale, and then right around in his eyes is really red. I don't know. I don't know about him. I know he's a motherfucking liar, though. He's a lying-ass bastard. All he needs is that little ponytail on the top, and he could go do a part in The King and I. But anyway, he's a liar, so he's lying to everybody. And telling everybody that they're in he got more relationships than the whole show. He's in a relationship with every motherfucking body. Anyway, moving forward, we see Little Fizz, April, Omarion, and Amanda all get together. They talked about the fact that Moniece had gone off on Amanda and all that and was real disrespectful. And I didn't talk about it in my video. That Moniece, I was trying to lay off of her just to see what was really going on with her. She's serving me psycho cunt. She really did go off on Amanda last week. You know, all about basically, you know, you're the one that's around my son, this, that, thing, and the other, and you need to check in with me. Don't nobody need to check in with you, bitch. The state already said it, bitch. You ain't got custody of a motherfucking soul. Now, who needs to check in with you? Amanda could go see the baby anytime she want. Can you? Bitch, bye. Night-night, Moniece. You want some more other shit. Fizz agreed that that was really disrespectful and that he would go ahead and talk to her because that really is his place. him and Omarion need to stop pushing their mothers and their exes on other people. And their thing when they first sat down was like, you all have to learn how to deal with these other women in our life. No, they don't. Now, that's the truth of the matter. They're dating you. April and Amanda can get the fuck up and walk the fuck off about their business and leave Omarion with his mammy and her crackhead looking bullshit and leave Fizz with his motherfucking baby. They can get right the fuck up and walk on off. And if they're smart, they'll keep their options open. April has been saddled with a baby, but that's all right, baby. That's just another check. You go and get you a check. When you get ready to be done with his bullshit with his mammy and her goofy looking ass, walk the fuck on off, honey. Anyway, so he ends up going to talk to her. Then we got to really see Moniece. This bitch is absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I'm sitting there looking at her. Her conversation ain't even flowing. Her conversation's all over the place. I just looked at her. She went from one thing to the other. All excuses about why she's a bum-ass bitch. And when it's, this bitch is living from place to place. Really, bitch? You cussing some motherfucker out about taking care of your baby? And you living from pillar to post? Where do they do that at? And crying with new shoes on. But you can't contribute to the baby's tuition. But you got on new shoes. I'd tell that bitch to walk her ass in a ditch. She wouldn't see me, the baby, and we would be talking to that bitch. She would be sent off. But I listened to her and I watched her. Honey, y'all, they got a loose one there. They better watch her, baby. Because she is truly cuckoo cachoo, honey. So, something up with her. But anyway, moving on. And then broke into tears. Oh, and I just missed my son, girl. Bye. The fuck on out of here, you clown. Anyway, moving forward. And I know that little thing so well. A motherfucker who don't have their kids and don't give a fuck about their motherfucking kids, and the door's open for you to visit your kids, but you don't want to visit your kids. You don't give a fuck. But then when it all comes down, you sitting around and you got everything to say about how someone else is raising your motherfucking kids. Really? Really? Sounds to me like the only thing you can afford to do is shut the fuck up. Okay, but anyway, I wasn't even trying to get on my soapbox, but let me get on back down, bam, and let me move on. Motherfuckers who don't have their kids talking shit, the fuck going out of here. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. Omarion gets together with his mammy and April. The mammy starts right off with that craziness. She starts talking. She gave that Mama Joyce thing. She did that whole thing, that Mama Joyce shit. He's supposed to take care of me and this, that, and the other. And I never complained when I took care of him, and on and on and on. And that. Let's back up a little bit. Now, we just seen you for the first time here, lady, on this show. We're just meeting you on the show. But, bitch, we know your boy. When the fuck did you take care of him, bitch? Because that motherfucker been singing and dancing and twirling and whatever else he had to do to get to where he is in the music business since he was just an itty-bitty tiny little boy. So, bitch, when was it that you was struggling so hard taking care of him? Because we must have missed out. I know the boy had to be, 10 or 11 years old? Dancing around and carrying on. When did you break your motherfucking back taking care of him? Another crazy bitch on the cast. That bitch is just as crazy. That boy don't owe you nothing. Nothing. Standing there telling him that he ain't did nothing. And don't appreciate what he done done. You need to give her a good fucking cutting off. Don't need to disrespect her or nothing, because that is your mammy. But you need to give her a good fucking cutting off and let that bitch see how the other half lives. I'm a sick old lady. Bitch, you ain't old. You just look old. You're not an old bitch. She's just a little bit older than me. Now, she looks like she should be getting a free bus pass. But the bitch is only a few years older than me. She needs to stop wallowing in her bullshit and get on with it. If you can't work, bitch, Social Security. Go get you some Social Security, honey, because you don't appreciate a motherfucking thing that he doing for you anyway. So, bitch, go get on SSI and keep it moving. And you should have no problem getting on SSI because you crazier than a motherfucker. Anyway, moving on. They got the goddamn Morgan that I can't stand with her troublemaking bullshit. Morgan then got herself, her and Ray J are out and they're at a hookah bar. Ray Ray is all drunked up. Miss Ray Ray, that ain't a good little girl. You were just as drunked up, honey. You were white girl wasted, honey. Jumping all up on the couch and shit, knocked the shit over, burning the couch up and carrying on. All mad talking about Tiarra Marie. And trying to make Morgan pick. See, the little girlfriend thing. Trying to make Morgan pick between him and her friendship with Tiarra. And of course, she's siding with Ray J because she going for the winning hand. With her slick self and all her big titties. She's ridiculous too. I don't like her. I told y'all that last time. I don't care for her. But this was it. Okay, so this is what I told you all with this episode. This is where the come down comes down. Where I told you I really had something to say. Hazel and Tiarra. Okay, so Hazel decides that she's going to move. She tried one more time in the studio to try to convince Tiarra about that Young Bird shit. And Tiarra's like, girl, bye, that's ridiculous. So now Hazel going to try to slide out. She's going to move. She's moving out from Tiarra for her place. Now, before Tiarra gets there, she's talking like she's really doing something. I'm just going to go ahead and leave and this, that, thing, and the other. Like, she's really going to hurt Tiarra by leaving. Well, once Tiarra shows up, you know how Tiarra's mouth is. She got telling it, and she's like, that's some real shady shit. You trying to just ease out and leave instead of us having a conversation and dealing like women. You going to ease out and leave. She's like, yeah, I'm just going to go because I don't know why you think you get to talk to me any old kind of way and this, that, and the other. Well, when Tiarra got done talking, I said, well, that's why she get to talk to you any kind of way, you motherfucker. She said, Tiarra said, bitch, you don't even pay half of the motherfucking rent. Guess what, Hazel? You're an old bitch and you're not paying? Bitch, that qualifies you to be talked to any old kind of way. Dumbass. Just dumb. She needed to get the fuck out. Simple ass bitch. And then, after that, now, I'm going to have to get you, Mona, because who do you think you're dealing with? Because you're not going to give us another Benzino and Stevie J like you did for Atlanta. Now, they went through this whole scene, and you've been advertising it all week about this scene with them two getting ready to knock. Okay? And then Tiarra gets out of the car with her fucking pump still on. I don't understand that. Got her pump still on. And I don't know what type of splicing job that was. She's telling her, get at me, bitch. Get at me. All this drama. Tiarra gets out the car, walks over, and then it splices. Tiarra's get back in the car. Hazel's still talking trash. But ain't no motherfucker did no fighting. And ain't nobody got in between them to break them up. Come on, Mona. Really? That's some more of that Stevie J and Benzino shit. We knew Stevie J never had intentions of hitting Benzino. And Benzino had no intentions of hitting Stevie J. But you're not going to pull this with ugly-ass Hazel and Tiarra. Now, as hot as Tiarra's head is, Tiarra knew good well, if that wasn't just a set-up scene, she would not have got out that car without her goddamn, with her shoes not being kicked off in that motherfucking back seat. Now quit playing. So now you've just taken this and we've switched this over to another melodrama. So we're right back where we started in Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop. We're doing the melodrama because this shit's scripted. Okay? And that was proven tonight. And that was the other thing. Love Tiarra Marie to death. The bitch ain't had a song out in 900 years. Where's she getting this money that she always got a motherfucker to drive her around in this big old truck, honey? Because from what I see going on the block, she couldn't even afford the gas. Now, come on now. Quit playing, Mona. So we're back on the melodrama, guys. We're going to keep watching because it's funny. Now, this shit is funny. But I don't want to see no more of that Stevie J and Benzino shit. Them two never had no intentions on fighting. That was all for hype. And God knows it's really just to give Hazel a goddamn storyline because nobody cares about what she's doing. Nobody cares about her. No one cares about Young Bird. They're trying to build a storyline so we'll have to have her fight with Tiarra. Fuck you, Hazel E. Go somewhere and sit down. Your old ass. She's old and ridiculous. Anyway, on that, that's where I want to wrap this up, guys. We've gone long enough with this bullshit. So we're going to go ahead and keep watching our melodrama. We're going to enjoy it for what it is. It's a melodrama. There's a script behind it. We're going to keep seeing what Mona wrote from week to week. We had a great time when we did it in Atlanta. What the fuck? Why can't we do it here in Hollywood? You can thumbs up or thumbs down the video, and you guys know how that works. Leave me a comment down in the bottom. Let me know what you guys think about the Hollywood melodrama that we're now partaking in. And I will talk with you guys later. You can follow me on Twitter at spillitboy and stop past the website and see www.spillitboy.com where all the teas are spilling all the time. See you guys later. Bye-bye.